Have you ever had a dream so big and so vivid that it kept you awake at night with excitement? Yet somehow when morning came, you found yourself doing everything except the one thing that would actually bring that dream closer to you. Have you ever promised yourself that today would be the day you finally started, finally committed, finally stopped delaying, and started building the life you always said you wanted, only to reach the end of the day having done absolutely nothing at all? Have you ever watched someone else achieve the very thing you dreamed about, and felt a strange mixture of admiration and quiet shame, knowing deep down that the only real difference between you and them was not talent or luck, but simply the discipline you could never seem to find? If yes, then this story is for you. Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by wide-open fields and a sky that seemed larger and more generous there than anywhere else, there lived a young man named Daniel, the son of a simple farmer, who had big hands, a small life, and no time for dreaming. But Daniel was made from entirely different material, and everyone in the village knew it from the time he was a boy. Daniel had a gift for words, a natural and effortless ability to tell stories that made people stop what they were doing and listen. And from a very young age he carried inside him a burning dream of becoming a writer whose stories would one day travel far beyond the small borders of his village and reach people he would never personally meet. He spoke about this dream constantly, to his family, to his friends, to anyone who would listen, painting pictures with his words of the books he would write, the readers who would love them, and the life he would build through the pure and honest force of his talent. And everyone who heard him believed without question that he was capable of every single word he said. But years passed, and the books Daniel spoke about so passionately remained exactly where they had always been, alive only inside his head and nowhere else. Because every single morning when the time came to sit down and actually write, Daniel found a reason to delay. A chore that needed doing, a conversation that needed having, a rest he felt he deserved before he truly began. He told himself he was waiting for the right moment, for the right mood, for the right conditions, for the day when everything would feel perfectly aligned, and the words would flow out of him easily and naturally. But that day never seemed to arrive, and the years continued moving past him the way a river moves past a stone that cannot decide which way to go. One autumn morning, Daniel, his father, asked him to help repair the stone wall at the edge of their property that had been slowly crumbling for years. And Daniel agreed readily because it was easier than sitting at his desk, and as they worked side by side in the cool morning air, his father placed one stone carefully on top of another without speaking for a very long time. After a long and comfortable silence, his father stopped, rested his hands on the wall, and looked at Daniel with the quiet and direct eyes of a man who had spent a lifetime doing rather than dreaming. "Your grandfather built this wall," his father said in a calm and unhurried voice, "not in one morning, and not in one great moment of inspiration, but one stone at a time, every single day. Whether his hands were cold, or his back was aching, or the sky above him was gray and uninviting, and the wall did not care about his mood or his conditions. It only grew because he showed up and placed the next stone. And then the one after that, and then the one after that. He picked up a stone from the ground and placed it firmly on the wall before continuing. A dream without daily action is just a beautiful story you are telling yourself," he said. "And one day you will be very old, and the story will still be unfinished. Not because you lacked the talent, but because you waited your whole life for a feeling that was never going to come before the work did." Daniel stood still beside that old wall for a long time after his father walked away, looking at the stones stacked carefully one on top of another by hands that had never once waited for perfect conditions. And something in the solid and patient simplicity of that wall reached a part of him that all his dreaming had never been able to touch. That same evening, for the first time in years, he sat at his desk and wrote. Not brilliantly, not perfectly, not in the inspired rush he had always imagined, but steadily and honestly, one word after another, the way his grandfather had placed one stone after another, and when he finally stopped and looked at what he had written, it was small and imperfect and completely real. He continued the next morning, and the morning after that, and slowly and without drama, the pages began to grow, and the dream that had lived only in his words for so many years began at last to take shape in the world, one quiet and disciplined morning at a time. So, my friend, if you have been living like Daniel, carrying a dream in your heart but waiting for the perfect moment to begin, then hear this clearly today. The perfect moment is not coming, and the inspiration you are waiting for does not arrive before the work. It arrives inside the work, showing up only to those who are already sitting down and already moving their hands. So, place your first stone today, however small and however imperfect it feels. Because a wall built one stone at a time is still infinitely more real than the most beautiful wall that ever existed, only in someone else's imagination. Start today, stay tomorrow, and trust the wall. If this story touched your heart, subscribe to Tailies with English, where every story helps you learn English and learn life.